Banks are offering different account types depending on the politics and the legislation that each institution has. So, which are the best accounts that you could open? My name is Matteo Maglia, I'm Partnership Manager in GloboBanks. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for not losing any new content, and in this video I would like to introduce you the different account types that you could open inside different banks. So in this video we're gonna see resident account, non-resident account that also are called international accounts, business accounts, premium accounts, international premium accounts, and also private accounts. Basically, starting with the resident accounts, you have to know that there are some banks all around the world that just allows clients that are resident in the country where the bank is based to open an account there. For example, Banco General in Panama allows just Panamanian resident people to open an account there. They are not accepting any non-resident people. If they would like to open a remote account or physical opening, they can't allow non-residents to open an account there. So basically are banks that if you like to open an account in Switzerland in a specific just resident bank, you have to be resident there. Or if you want a Swiss account and you are not non-resident in Switzerland, you have to choose another account. Which kind of accounts? Well, the non-resident accounts that also are called international accounts. You have to know that there are some banks in the world that allows people that are non-resident in the country where the bank is based, okay, to open an account there. There are a lot of examples. The most important one is HSBC Expat that is based in Jersey, and this is the most famous example that I can explain to you, and you can open an account there without being resident in the jurisdiction when the bank is based. This means that not all the residents are accepted, okay? You always have to do the KYC, the due diligence with the bank, and you have to know before making the application if your residence is accepted there, because maybe for example in Man Islands, if you are a Portuguese resident, there are some banks in Man Islands that can't accept you, but there are other banks, for example also in Man Island, that allows a Portuguese person to access to the bank, and maybe the others one, if you are not Portuguese resident but UAE resident, allows you to open an account there. So you have to see for the banks that have international accounts and see which kind of residents they accept, and see if your residence is accepted, and you can also open an account there. Thank you to us, for example, that we are official introducer in a lot of international accounts, 100% remotely also. Well, then there are also premium accounts that are, for example, in banks like HSBC or Standard Chartered, that are accounts that offers like premium services, okay? Those kind of accounts could be called premium or premier, depending on the banks. Difference than the just a normal checking accounts is that those kind of premium banks allows you to access like premium services, like for example a relationship manager, for example to a credit card that usually can't be given to the customers just opening checking accounts, and other benefits that you can access with the bank opening a premium account there. There are some banks that, for example, in the same institution, okay, in the same institute, they provide checking accounts, or for example also premium accounts. For example, JP Morgan Chase, and then JP Morgan private. Okay, you will if you open an account in JP Morgan Chase, you will have some benefits and some products related to the account, and if you are going to open a JP Morgan private, for sure you will have more benefits and other premium services that you don't have with the just normal checking accounts. Usually those accounts, in premium accounts, allows you to open an account if you are resident, or if you have a company based in the country where you have to open an account. The most famous premium accounts, for example, are based in Singapore, Panama also, Switzerland, well, in the best jurisdictions. And if you want to open a premium account in Hong Kong, you can just open the account if you are, for example, Hong Kong resident, or you have a company based in Hong Kong. But there are some banks that also offers premium international accounts. This means that, like the checking international accounts, you can open an account in those banks, a premium account in those banks, so having all the benefits that we talked before, like credit cards, relationship manager, and many other things, without being resident in the country or without having a company based in the country. So, for example, you have a Hong Kong company and you want to get access to a Singapore bank. So there are some banks, some international premium banks in Singapore that accepts, for example, Hong Kong companies. So everything depending on your situation. And a little parenthesis, you know that clicking on the link down below in the description, you can just book a free consultation with our team, and they will help you to understand your needs, your situation, where you have a company based, and they will recommend you the best bank account and the best bank institute that fits for you. So you can just click on the link below and book a call. Going ahead with the video, you can also open, for example, a private account. It is not a checking account. It is not to be opened just for transactions, for send money, etc. But if you want to open a private account, is because you want to invest your money directly with the bank, accessing to the market. So you can invest in stock options, ETFs, etc. with the bank. So those private accounts, the most famous, for example, are based in Switzerland, in Panama, and also in jurisdictions where they have the best banks in the world. And if you open an account there, usually you have to deposit a little high amount in the account. They usually require high minimum deposits. This because those private banks are managing millionaire and billionaire people, you know, so they only managing very big clients, and they are making a selection on their customers, so they are going to put very high deposits. Thank you to us, the minimum deposits could be very lower. We can open, for example, accounts in Switzerland that usually officially request for 1 million or also 2 million minimum deposit. We can do it with between 100,000 and 200,000, so it's like 10 times less. Also in Singapore, there are very good private accounts, for example, but usually they request from 2 million and up of minimum deposit, but we have some institutions that we can open with just $200,000, $250,000. So those accounts are just for those people that can obviously access to those kind of deposits, also lower one with us, but yes, you have to be consent that you can deposit like $100,000 on the account, and you also have to be a person that is searching for a bank that can use for you like asset protection. So you are going to open an account there to deposit your money, invest your money, and creating interests on that. So those are the different type of banks that you can open. Which one is the best for you? So you can just understand the differences between each kind of account. If you maybe are not interested in invest your money, for example, is not necessary for you to open a private account. You can just open maybe a premium account if you need the premium services, premium products that the premium accounts are offering, or if you don't need a relationship manager, if you don't need a credit card and other things, you can just open, if you are, for example, non-resident, a international checking account in one of the banks that allows you to do it with very low deposits, etc., etc. You have just to see your situation, to see your needs. We can help you to understand what do you need in terms of personal accounts or corporate accounts, because you know, there are some institutions that just accepts, for example, international personal accounts, and maybe they are not accepting international corporate accounts. So if you are if you want, for example, a Singapore bank and you are not Singapore resident, maybe you can open an account there in an international account, but maybe the same bank don't accept companies that are not based in Singapore. So we work with more than 60 bank institutions all over the world. We know very well which are the best banks that accepts each kind of needs, each type of client. So you can just click the link below, book your free consultations. One of our managers will help you to understand the right banks that could better fix to you, and creating also a asset protection organization if you need it, because maybe you have to open a personal account also for your natural person, but you have to deposit like $10 million. So maybe we can not just open a private account in Switzerland, but we can open, for example, like 3 accounts, one in Switzerland, one in Panama, one in Singapore, depending on your residence, on your needs, etc, etc. So you can deposit on each account a third part of your net worth, and you will create a very good asset protection. The same with, for example, corporate account. We can just understand what your company does, where your company is based, how much are you generating each year, etc, etc, and understand and create the best organization for your company. So for this video it's everything. Let's subscribe to the channel for not losing any new content, and see you in the next one.